Ladies and gentlemen, football fans across the city of brotherly love and beyond, picture this. It's a sweltering afternoon in Tampa Bay, the kind where the heat index climbs over 100 degrees, and the Philadelphia Eagles, your undefeated defending Super Bowl champions, step onto the field at Raymond James Stadium tomorrow. But here's the hook that keeps me up at night as an Eagles die-hard. Jalen Hurts, the dual-threat dynamo who's carried this franchise on his broad shoulders to glory, has never quite cracked the code against the Buccaneers. 1 win in 5 tries, folks. That's not a stat. That's a vendetta waiting to explode. Will tomorrow be the day Hurts flips the script, or does Todd Bowles' blitz-happy defense turn the Eagles' perfect 3-0 start into a house of horrors repeat? Strap in, Philly. It's time to break it all down on this special edition of Eagles Edge. Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, channeling that raw Philly passion from the broadcast booth at Lincoln Financial Field, where the echoes of "Fly, Eagles, Fly" still give me chills. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Ultimate Showdown Preview. The 3-0 Eagles heading south to tangle with the 3-0 Buccaneers in Week 4 action. Kickoffs at 1 p.m. Eastern, and trust me, this one's got playoff implications written all over it before we've even hit October. But let's start with the spark that's got Birds Nation buzzing, the secret sauce to Tampa's success against our boy Jalen. According to the latest intel from Philadelphia Eagles on SI, the Buccaneers' defensive mastermind, Todd Bowles, has long ago declassified his playbook on Hurts. It's aggressive, it's relentless, and it's dialed in to keep our quarterback penned up like a caged lion. You see, Bowles doesn't just coach defense. He wages war on it. His Tampa squad blitzes more often than they breathe, folks, rushing 4, 5, even 6 defenders on a whim to collapse the pocket around Hurts. The goal? Trap him in that telephone booth of protection, or if he slips the grasp, which, let's be real, Jalen does better than almost anyone, force him to his left, his non-throwing side. No scrambling right into open fields for big gains. Nope, it's contain and conquer. And it's worked like clockwork. Hurts is 1-4 as a starter against these Bucs since taking the reins in 2021, including 2 gut-wrenching playoff losses that still sting like that infamous 2023 wild card heartbreaker. In those matchups, he's tossed just 5 touchdown passes against 6 turnovers, interceptions and fumbles that turned potential triumphs into nightmares. His completion percentage dips to 59.1, passer rating craters to 74.6. Ouch. But hey, that's why we love this game. It's not about the past, it's about redemption. Now, let's zoom in on the Bucs blueprint, straight from the horse's mouth, or in this case, from Larry Foote, Tampa's defensive run game coordinator and outside linebackers coach. Foote didn't mince words in his breakdown, emphasizing their front 7 as the immovable object against Philly's run game. "We got big guys up front," he said, spotlighting that 350-pound behemoth Vita Vea anchoring the middle like a human mountain. Vea's not just big. He's a game wrecker, clogging lanes and collapsing pockets with sheer force. The Bucs rank first in the NFL since Bowles arrived in 2019 for rushing yards allowed per game, 93.8 a pop, and yards per carry at a measly 4.0. "It's tough to run on us," Foote added. "I don't care who comes to that stadium with Vita in the middle. We've had success against those guys. Hopefully it keeps going." And they're eyeing our new thunder, Saquon Barkley, the all-pro back we snagged in free agency to pair with Hurts in that brotherly backfield. Barkley's not just a grinder. He's a space monster, catching passes and turning screens into highlight reel sprints. Foote knows it. Stay inside and hopefully we get to the quarterback. Play your technique. To play those guys who are quick and fast, you just trust your ability. But make no mistake, mission number 1 for Bowles' crew? It's Hurts, all day. Stopping him is tough, especially with the 5 guys he has in front of him, Foote admitted, nodding to our revamped O-line with studs like Lane Johnson back healthy after missing last year's Tampa trip, and Jordan Mailata locking down the left. "We all have to work together, but you have to make plays. At the end of the day, it's pick him up, mess him up, playground ball. You just don't want his legs taking over the game." We've seen it, haven't we? Last week against the Rams, Hurts channeled his inner Superman, scrambling for chunk yards and capping drives with those patented sneaks. Even Tyrod Taylor pulled off some magic against a blitz last Sunday. Imagine if Jalen gets loose in that Florida humidity. The Bucs are second all-time in sacks since 2019 with 281, fifth in red zone TD prevention at 53.8%. But our Eagles, they've been flawless in the red zone this year. 8 trips, 8 scores. That's the edge we're banking on. Shifting gears to the bigger picture, because this isn't just a game. It's a clash of undefeated titans in a league where perfection is as rare as a quiet night in South Philly. The Eagles are rolling at 3-0, fresh off that wild 33-26 thriller over the Rams at the Link, where Jordan Davis, our big boy on the D-line, blocked a game-winning field goal and rumbled it back for 6. What a moment! Jalen Hurts aired it out with 3 touchdown strikes, one apiece to A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and even the new addition Jahan Dotson, who we flipped for in the offseason. Our passing game's clicking, 7 completions of 10-plus yards against L.A., and with Dallas Goedert hauling in those underneath routes, we've got the best receiving core in the league, bar none. Defensively, we're gelling too. Zach Bond's pick-6 early against the Rams, and our secondary's tightening up after a shaky start. But here's the rub, that run defense ranks 25th, allowing 120 yards a game. Tampa's ground attack, led by Rackett White and Bucky Irving, sits 7th league-wide. If Bowles stuffs Barkley, it forces Hurts into 3rd and longs, where those blitzes feast. Compare that to the Bucs' hot streak. They're 3-0 too, with Baker Mayfield slinging it to rookie sensation Emeka Egbuka. 14 catches, 181 yards, 3 scores already. Their D-line's a nightmare. Vea, Khalija Kansi, and new edge Hasan Reddick, who we all remember from his Philly days, terrorizing QBs. Bowles' scheme is evolving. More simulated pressures, young guns like Zion McCullum in the back end, but injuries linger. Mike Evans is out with a hamstring tweak, though Chris Godwin's back to stretch the field. And that heat. It's a weapon. Last year, we wilted in a 33-16 loss down there. Same weekend, same slot. Sirianni's crew learned, hydrate, acclimate, execute. This time, neither Brown nor Smith played in that defeat. Now they're locked and loaded. Let's take a step back for some historical context, because no Eagles story's complete without a nod to our storied past. Think about it. Philadelphia's been the heartbeat of NFL drama since the days of Reggie White, the Minister of Defense, sacking QBs with that preacher's fire, or Brian Dawkins, Weapon X, flying around like a guided missile in those green helmets. Donovan McNabb? He slung it to 2 in epic shootouts, but it was the 2017 Super Bowl run, underdogs against the Dynasty Pats, that etched our names in immortality. Nick Foles, that Philly special trick play, the parade down Broad Street with millions chanting, "Fly, Eagles, fly." It's that unbreakable spirit that fuels us now, especially in the NFC East snake pit. We've got the Cowboys breathing down our necks, Dak Prescott's licking his chops after our opener, but a win here keeps us atop the division, eyeing that 5th straight playoff lock. Statistically, it's a tale of 2 beasts. Hurts boasts a historic win rate, 28-7 as starter overall, but against Tampa, it's crickets. The Bucs have owned us 6 of 7 since 2019, postseason included. Yet, Philly's offense ranks top 5 in points and yards through 3 weeks. Tampa's D allows just 16 per game but bends in the clutch. Expert takes. Pewter Report staff sees an upset brewing, most picking the Bucs by a field goal, while Jeff McClain over at the Inquirer calls it Eagles 27-24, banking on Hurts' growth. I lean Philly, but it's razor close. Imagine the trivia nugget. This Bucs rivalry rivals our Giants' hatred. Remember that 1960 championship? Or the Cowboys, America's team, smugness. Tomorrow's a chance to add another chapter. To bring it alive, let's imagine I'm ringside for a quick huddle with the stars. Picture this, post-practice, Jalen Hurts, sweat dripping, that signature headband askew, leans into the mic. Man, Tampa's tough, no secret there. Bowles brings the heat every snap, but we've schemed it out. Saquon's gonna wear him down early, AJ and Devonta stretch the seams, and when they blitz, that's when I dance. We've got unfinished business from last year. This one's for Philly. Cut to Nick Sirianni, our fiery headman with that coach's intensity. We've grown since that loss. The heat. It's just fuel. Our O-line's battle-tested. Lane's back. Cam Jurgens is a rock at center. Defensively, Vic Fangio's dialing up twists to get after Mayfield. We're 3-0 for a reason. We finish. And from the locker room echo, Saquon Barkley, flashing that megawatt smile. Vea's a beast, no doubt, but I've danced with giants before. Give me space, and it's goodbye. Let's get this dub and keep the train rolling. Now, for the deep dive, tactical chess match ahead. Bowles loves his Tampa 2 coverage, dropping 7 into zones while the front 4 or 5 tee off. Against Hurts RPOs, run-pass options that freeze LBs, they'll spy with Levante David, the 14-year vet who's a tackling machine, preaching, "Trust your technique," like Foot quoted. But our counter? Chip blocks on edges to slow Reddick, then bootlegs to the right where Hurts' arm shines. Offensively, expect play-action bootlegs to exploit Vea's one-gap focus, hit Brown deep off the mesh. Injuries. Philly's mostly clean, but watch C.J. Gardner-Johnson if he tweaks that hamstring. He's our tone setter in the secondary. Tampa misses Evans' red zone magic, so pressure Mayfield early. Our pass rush with Josh Sweat and Bryce Huff could notch 3 sacks. Weather's a factor too. That muggy Tampa air saps energy, but Eagles fans know resilience. It's in our DNA, from the 60s Dilly Bar days to the Rocky Steps. Looking ahead, the implications are massive. A win catapults Philly to 4-0, sole possession of the NFC East lead, and a stranglehold on the top seed conversation. Lose. It snaps our streak, tests the depth we built in the draft. Hello, Jahan Dotson thriving, and ramps up pressure before the Cowboys' Week 6. Playoff path. Clearer sailing. We've already toppled last year's division kings in KC and LA. This proves we're for real. Predictions from the desk. Eagles 28-24. Hurts rushes for 80, 2 scores. Barkley 110 yards. Bucks keep it close with a Mayfield bomb to Godwin, but a late strip sack seals it. Expert opinions echo that McLean's got us edging it, but Bowles' history looms large. Fictional scout whisper? Philly's evolved. Hurts' pocket presence is MVP caliber now. Tampa's D peaks early but fades in heat. Wrapping this up on a high note, because that's what Eagles football does, it ignites the soul. Philly faithful, from the parking lots tailgating with cheesesteaks to the suites roaring at the link, this is your team, your moment. We've conquered dynasties, stared down defeat, and risen every time. Tomorrow, channel that 17 magic, paint the town green, crank up the chant, and watch Jalen author his masterpiece. Tune in at 1 p.m. on Fox, stream it wherever you roam, and join the conversation on X with hashtag Eagles vs. Bucks. Who's with me? Fly, Eagles, fly, let's soar. This is your Eagles Edge, signing off. Stay passionate, stay green.